Starting out with a boomer.
Hello?
I could have sworn I added myself. I swear. I didn't mean to put you on the
I was like, did
spot.
she mean to do that?
Nope. Although I'll have to tell you later how my weekend has been, because it hasn't been the best weekend, and it's not one that
Oh,
I care to admit out loud. Anyways, so hi guys, thanks for joining. You are here with Mrs. and I, going over opinions are like for those that are new, but most of you tend to be regulars. We go over crowdfunding campaigns and we look at how it's presented, images used, trailers, wording, information provided, such and such, and kind of look at what's good about it, what we don't like about it, and get input from you guys in the chat. So, hopefully you guys got lots of opinions. I did put a question. I was actually debating putting a poll, but I didn't know exactly how to do that. The show is my only time that I run a show, and I kind of like that I barely do anything with it because it is one of those wash and go type of things. I probably should put more time into it, but I like being here with you guys discussing things and kind of having a format where we're discussing something rather than just top 10 of food, because that would probably be my go-to, or some sort of
hey, I find
list
that
or
people
something.
respond to that.
They do, but there's only so many times you can list your favorite candy bars
Right.
or cereals, or although nuts, I had a blast doing that on other shows. Um, but it would be that. And then the other part is I do like to spotlight some campaigns, some books. Usually we pick the lower funded campaigns to hopefully get some eyes to the campaigns and get some backers potentially. So thank you for joining on this Super Bowl Sunday, but I think it doesn't start until what, 6? Is that usually the time it
I
starts?
don't
It's
know,
kickoff
and
at
it's
7.
because I'm bitter because the Bengals were robbed. So I hope Kansas City loses.
There's always next year. Although who is slated to win? The Eagles, aren't they, or no? Oh, did you mute yourself? Did I go blank? Because I'm not hearing anything, but I can see myself.
They're ready to get him whenever he comes in because they're taking a bus. So we have like a couple hour span of when he could come into town type of deal. So keeping it loosey goosey today.
Yeah. Okay, so we will say hi to the few people that are in the chat. I'm showing low numbers, but that's okay. It is Super Bowl Sunday. So we have Snuggy
It is.
here, at least for the time being, who is this week's Sandwich Saturday. And I know Mo is in here, so hail to Mo. Mo a little bit later said something in regards to me being sad about the sandwiches, which that's not it. I I
She's not
kind
going
of
to have a sidebar conversation about it.
I kind of figured when I started changing up my sandwiches to be a little bit more healthy for me that they weren't going to go over so well, and they're not, but that's okay.
No bacon
They
and
look
cheese
pretty.
smothered sandwiches, huh?
No, no, but I'm really hankering for a burger, and I have turkey ground turkey that I'm gonna make into a burger. Yeah, turkey burger. But anyways, so
Are good if you make them well. I mean, they are pretty
right.
good.
So I think once I'm gonna make that for dinner, and then I'll end up transforming that into my sandwich Saturday for not next week because there's a hiatus, but the next one that is needed, and then maybe the melted cheese, the meat. Well, you know what? I don't even have an actual hamburger bun. Maybe it won't look so pretty. Uh, I don't know. I have like regular bread and I have naan still, which is like those round, almost pita looking things. I
Yeah,
don't know what
that'd be
I'm
good
gonna
on the
do.
naan, maybe.
Maybe maybe it won't be pretty picture perfect, so I won't do it. But anyways, back to who's here. Hey Shadow, thanks for joining. I see As slip in, but I wasn't sure. Maybe I'm the fourth person watching that was watching. Astro Zombie's here. Thanks for joining, Astro Zombie, and thanks for buying some Girl Scout cookies. I know there are some of you
Wow.
that are that are doing that, and it is helping out my daughter and my daughter's troop. It's actually one of the bigger fundraising things that we do. Last year, we sold like $24,000 worth of cookies, and we're not a
Just
very
you and
big
your
troop.
daughter?
No, no,
Or
no,
your
no.
troop? I
The
was
troop,
like,
the troop.
what?
Oh no, 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 we're not that good. I
Kind
think
of operation you got going
I
on?
think my daughter might have sold 150, maybe 200 boxes. She's not quite the
Okay.
go-getter when it comes to sales. But that's okay. But that's how the troop does all the extra stuff that they can do is by the fundraising that they do with the cookies and um the fall products, which you guys don't really know about unless you're with the program. But out of that, like 24,000, the troop does not get all that. There's other costs associated. But I think we made 5 or 6,000 of it, maybe closer to 5. So that's not
Mhm.
something to toss your nose up at when you want to
Right.
do craft projects and things like that. So I
Well,
saw
what's
Erica
cool is you could
Guapo
do
slip
the
in.
direct shipping of the Girl Scout cookies. The direct ship is awesome because you can get them direct ship from the factory and whatnot, right?
Yep, and I actually did that myself because the new raspberry rallies are the
Mm-hmm.
only way you can get it is with direct ship. So they sold out at one point in time. The factory had to like shut off the online ordering and make more, and then they just opened back up on the 10th. So on the 10th, I actually bought a case of the raspberry rallies, not for myself. I'll probably only want a package to at least try myself, but I know
Mm-hmm.
there's people that I'll be selling to that'll want one, and I'll be like, "Well, I paid for the shipping and here you go." So yeah.
People coming to your door. I need a box. I need a box of Girl
Right?
Scout cookies.
Hey, Sumo, thanks for joining.
So
And
check Amanda's Twitter because she has the link to the goodies in there.
yeah, not 100% true, Eric. But anyways, let's see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So have we decided what we're going over? I know new people have come in. They probably didn't see the question posed earlier. We do have Chrome Dogs and the Steins that launched last week that we did not go over. We have Bonds and Lightbringer 2, which are both sequels that launched this past week. So we could go over either of those, or we can go over some other campaign that you guys want to, that we haven't already gone over again, which Mo, Enter the Cromniverse would qualify as something we've already gone over.
Just putting it out there,
Just
huh?
put that out
Just
there.
in
Yes.
case. Mo slides in there with a suggestion. And last week we did Octagon and Egg Beater.
Yes,
So
we
if
did
you haven't
Octagon and Egg
watched.
Beater. Yep, with all those puns. It was very punny.
Most common.
Oh, Eric's saying that Ethan just launched another campaign a few minutes ago. He did? Is he
What?
live with it? Like, doesn't he usually go live and then launch, or is it a
Who knows
second
these days?
chance? I'm not even sure what he's doing. He closed his, or he's trying to close his blacklight posters. What does he have open this time? Maybe Rect? Since Rect is getting out there, he opened up a second chance for Rect.
I don't know.
Oh, Astro Zombie says it's the Unforgettable Tales Collected. Is that in Warts and All though? Like the Warts and All omnibus type thingy? Maybe it isn't. Oh, because no, then I don't know. I don't keep up with my Cyberfrog, so if I guessed, I'd probably just look like an idiot. I think the
Funny.
Unforgettable Tales are like the individual books he's been giving out with the campaigns, maybe. Like aren't they like in black and white
So
or
not
something?
necessarily something like brand new.
I don't. They might have been new to the camp. Actually, I really don't know. I don't. I
All
don't
right.
know.
We're gonna need people to investigate this and get back to us.
Mo is pointing out that you can't spell cookies rule order more without Crom.
That's what I
That
was
is
laughing at
that is
before.
a true point. Oh, Mr. Von Stugel is here. All right, so nobody has suggested anything in particular. So
No, it doesn't look like it. Do you have anything you were interested in going over?
We could do bonds. Just because I probably know the most about that IP than the other ones.
Okay.
Um,
I
but
don't
I'm
know
really
anything
game for
about
the other
it,
one.
so I'll learn something here. That'll be good.
Yeah. Astrozombie points out it's the remastered Harris comics, he thinks. So Harris is the company that did put out some Cyber Frogs after. Did the Hall of Heroes do the first set? Is that why that one's like the more important? And then I think Harris took it over, or Hall of Heroes might have been the special tagline of that line. I'm not sure how that works.
Okay.
Mo had a suggestion.
Of
Is
course
it
they did.
Crom or is it something other than Crom? And I think I
I know, Mo,
missed.
you're the boy who cried wolf when you actually have a suggestion. She's not going to think it's real.
The Octagon one is by Ryan James. It's an underwater. There's humans, and then there's like anthropomorphic. Is that the right term? Animals in it. We went over it last week, Mr. Von Stugel. It looks great if you like stories like that. He did need some work on his campaign that we went over, and he actually made changes to his campaign since last week we went over it. So I think he's definitely doing on the right track.
The only suggestion I see in the chat from Mo is your next sandwich entry, which he says is bean sprouts with a lettuce bun. And he did say, hail the Cromniverse when he first came in, so.
All those ties. Mo's figuring it out.
I know.
Amanda probably expects us to believe that the official Girl Scout color being green is just a coincidence. It has nothing to do with the little green dude or the bad attitude. All right. So we want to start with bonds?
Sure, I do have it pulled up.
All right.
If you
And then maybe we'll go with whoever is furthest away from the goal with one of the other three.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure who that is.
I could easily figure it out, I think. Yep.
All right, so this is Bonds. This actually launched yesterday at 5 p.m.
Wow.
This has Nerium, or Kate, otherwise known as. She is not from Philadelphia, though, I can tell you that, even though it says it's there. I think that is Red Gaze's location, because I know Red Gaze helps her a lot out with the campaigns and stuff, because she is over in the UK, somewhere over there. I'm sorry. I keep getting distracted by the chat. It's like not pertinent to what we're talking about, but they're
funny.
Yeah. Get over it does point out the stealth launches and closes must stop. It's like CG's going backwards on this. I agree with you, Get over it. I'm not sure that I am as geared up for openings and closings as I once was. And I'm not sure if that's because like a lot of the fanfare has left it, or if it's because it's like the smaller creators that are doing it, so there's not as much hype that are coming from it. I really can't tell you what it is for me, but I do feel there is a difference. Like I used to always want to be part of the openings and the closings and being there and watching and the excitement. And then, when they talk about closings on Ethan's channel or something like that, I'm just kind of like, oh, a closing, or they were doing closing on Inglorious Rex, and I was just like, yeah, I think I'd rather sleep right now, or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm really not feeling it, and I don't know if it's just me.
I'm the same way. I'm definitely more hyped for the launches and the closings.
That is true, because there is a bit of that struggling to be first. But now when you have it on your own campaign sites, you don't always get to see who has the lowest number or the battle to be first or whatever, because they don't have the numbers like that.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that.
Yeah. But anyways, I did look quickly through this yesterday. I did not back it. I backed the first one. I backed it digitally. I really I did really like it. There had some points that it didn't quite make my top 5. It probably is just outside of my top 10 of all time CG books. So it was good. And I do plan to back the second one. I just have not yet. But one of the downfalls with it is the fact that she does it in all black and white. But I don't know if that's a downfall. Some people say they prefer color or not, but she has a great use of grayscale. So I don't know if we want to scroll down a little bit. Oh, I didn't realize this one had already made gold, but that's okay. This is actually one of my favorite campaigns. Well, number one was one of my favorite campaigns. And it's due to the way that she sets up the page. Now, this is one giant JPEG or image or whatever, how they do it. But I think the way it's set up, it like, I don't know. You tell me what you think, Mrs., when you look at it.
I think we looked at one, since I've been doing this with you, there was one other campaign that we looked at that was similar, where they had the giant JPEGs, and I liked it a lot. And I don't remember which one it was. And if I'm thinking right, I think Tropical Magics did it too, and I liked it.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yep. And I know the one downfall with this though is if you're using JPEG, you don't have text for like Google to pick up. So if you're searching for some keywords or something like that, it won't find those keywords. No, it was all about the Chrome. I just realized that Chrome Dog is an anagram for Chrome. God, he.
He's on a roll today.
So the story. Lena's pleas have been heard, along with her younger brother Jesse. She begins training, but the siblings aren't the only werewolves at the training grounds. The South Border Pack becomes a home to a wolf who can either bring it to the peak of prosperity or the verge of destruction. Who is this new mysterious wolf, and will he have an impact on Lena's goal of becoming the future alpha? This is big, this is bold. I did not have to zoom into it to read.
Yep.
Find out for yourself. It's a great little synopsis of what happens in the story, piques your interest as what you could be, when you read, you'll find out like it brings questions that you want to answer. So there's the cover all set up.
That's a nice cover.
Labeled, yeah. What you get, they've upped their game to a 77-page long comic story. Now, I remember when she first did the first book that they likened this to like what the Western manga. It does have a manga feel, but it's definitely more Western elements. Hey, DF, thanks for joining.
Hey, Rex. Omens should not be ignored, Amanda.
Yeah. Oh, it even shows some word bubbles, although I'm not sure I'm completely fond of those word bubbles, but
yeah, they're a little unusual.
Yeah, different.
But not disturbing. Different. I mean, it doesn't take away from the book, in my opinion.
Yeah. Backgrounds look good. Like, even though it's just black and white, you can make a good use of what's in the background, what they're doing, what's in the foreground. I know sometimes with some black and whites, I have a hard time distinguishing what's going on. But I don't with this.
Yeah, that's great. Look, it's, it's definitely night and you can kind of, I don't know, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like how she's done that.
Yeah,
in the back,
the two inner wolves behind. Yeah.
Okay, characters.
So we have Lena Jensen, determined to gain a title of the future alpha of the pack to protect her loved ones. Jesse Jensen, carefree and a bit clueless 10-year-old brother of Lena, official future alpha of the pack. Rick Taylor, Zeta, and trainer of the pack, kind by advice and word, strict as his job. Liam Wilson, Mr. Sunshine, half orphaned after the Great Wolf War, living with only his mother. Rick became his mentor at a young age, quickly noticing the gift in a boy, now training him as his successor, a Zeta. Always cheerful, never declines a good sparring match with his rival, Dell. And then we have Dell, the most hardworking member of the trainee group, mysterious to many, but to a few who know him. He's a tough nut, full of personality, ready to get cracked open. Cautious and not very trusting, then again, after going through so much, one wouldn't even question why.
It seems like a good mix of characters with
Mm-hmm.
personalities and whatnot.
Then you got mini prints. I don't know. Do you see how it's like going back and forth with all the different little sections, like the zigzag of the design?
Yeah.
I like that. I really, you know, like
Yeah.
your eye follows it. You get to read what's going on. It's organized.
It almost forces, yeah, it's organized too, and it forces you to, well, not forces you, but I think it influences you to stay with the story rather than, because I'm a clickaholic, so I might stop halfway through and start clicking on the tiers.
Mm-hmm.
But this seems to be, I don't know, like I feel like I'm misbehaving if I stop.
Follow the line. See
Follow
where it goes.
it all the way through. Oh, that's a really cool image there. The moon goddess.
Yeah. And those are the prints that are on the campaign.
I think 6x9 it said. Yeah, 2 6x9 mini prints.
Yeah.
And sketch cards, original art.
Yeah, and the sketch cards are on the off-white, whatever you want to call it.
That's
creamy
cool.
color. Yeah, so it's a little different.
Negative sketch cards.
I'm wondering if those are, if it's black cardstock and she's drawing white on it, or if it's almost like one of those scratch away things. My guess is she's probably drawing white on black.
Those are nice.
Get Over It points out that Kate ain't afraid of no blacks. Now, Bond's Exile is a supplementary book on some of the tiers. So the cool night air cut through his fur as he raced along the south cliffs. Dirt and pebbles crumbled away into the black sea below as his paws drummed against the edge of the cliff. These evening runs were therapeutic for the outcast, leaving him alone with his thoughts. Well, not quite alone. How many... Are you okay?
Sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
I unmuted it before he closed the door all the way.
I just heard something tumble.
Getting a visit.
Uh-oh. She fell out of the chair. Good
I'm a day drinker.
Good stuff down. All right. How many runs are we going to take before we just decide to stay out here? His inner wolf inquired. I think we were made to be rogues. A 22-page long origin story of one of the main characters that will take you beyond the borders of the South Border Pack. Filled with mystery, action, and heavy drama, we are finally given the chance to uncover the truth behind the cursed child. And there's stretch goals, so glossy trading card. At 5,000, 10,000, Mudman continues 5 to 6 pages added at the end of the bonus comic for extra content. They got stickers.
They're not 6 a.m. stickers?
No.
It's amazing.
The Defenders mini print. 25,000 more content of 5 to 6 pages.
Although she's got a lot of characters, 6 a.m. could do up with some nice stickers.
All right, so one thing I kind of wish she would have gone into a little bit more detail on, one of the stretch goals referenced a Mudman extra. Now I'm pulling way back because I think it was a year ago when the first one came out. There was an added, I think, story in regards to Mudman. And in one of the scenes in the actual book, like in the actual Bond comic, the younger brother of Lena, was carrying a Mudman comic. So that's where the Mudman reference comes from, and I believe it was like an intro to it. So, there is kind of like that background where this, you you don't quite get where it's coming from.
Mm-mm.
You
No,
kind
I
of have to
don't.
already
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. But, they do have the
Whoops.
don't be playing anything.
No, it's my charger. It likes to try to get access and it wants to ask me 10 times.
Snuggy is
Sorry.
upset that there's no bookmarks, and Mo Big says 6 a.m. might have pushed the campaign past the point of chibi overload. All right, so we can go over the tiers.
Tiers. All right. Start with the puppy tier, 10.
Yeah, and I like that she did names like this last time, and I do
Mhm.
like how they're themed, and I like how she has the images with it.
Yeah. And the
And I think,
price.
yeah, the $10 for the digital isn't bad. I know that's what I bought the first time. This time I need to buy both a physical because I did like the first one well enough to want to buy into the second one,
Mhm.
and I don't really want to do digital again. I could, I guess, but I'm hoping to do the first and the second in a physical copy. So the puppy digital, pretty sure your shipping is going to be free, so we can move on. Usually I don't do shipping for digitals. Then there's the
What's
teen, which $2 more, you can get book 1 added
whoops.
on to book 2 digital. So $12 for 2 books, pretty good.
Yeah.
Now the big bad wolf is looks like it's just the first, I mean not the first, it's the second book, the book that the campaign is for. Just the book.
Do you want to check
Go ahead.
shipping?
Yep, we'll see what shipping is.
Oh, Indiegogo, we hate you. Well, I
It's
don't
$12.
hate you necessarily because I get my books from you, but yeah, $12.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 37 total. Okay.
So that is a little bit more shipping than some of your standard stuff, but not too much more. So then we have the old Lone Wolf, which is just the first one.
Sorry, my neighbors are doing some kind of something weird. Sounds like they have a huge dumpster. I hope you can't hear that. Like
I'm
somebody's
not hearing
loading.
it.
Okay. All right. What is $40 is
The ETA Warrior. I'm not quite sure what the ETA is in reference to. If it's estimated time of arrival, probably not.
okay.
But I'm sure it means something. So that is the book 2 and 2 prints, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, would you want to pay extra for prints? Like, does this tier
No.
entice you at all? Yeah, me neither.
$15 more for 2 extra print? No.
And they're the 6x9 prints, right? I think
Right.
that's the
Mm-hmm.
same as what she was showing on the other side. Yeah, see, I'm not keen on this tier. I don't know if others are. Like, it's not that I don't like the prints, but I think it's just I'm kind of indifferent to prints because what am I really doing with them aside from sticking them in a binder and
Yeah.
tucking them away somewhere? I'm not doing them. I mean, not doing anything with them. So, wonder how much that costs. That 12?
Yep.
It's crazy that
Is
it's.
there international?
Oh, you know what? I don't know. Australia.
$12?
Oh, $12 for Australia. That's gonna sound good for most of
Looks
the
like across
Australians
the
that are
board.
paying like 25 plus for
Oh shit, where'd I go? There it is. Woo! It like blipped back to the home page before it went back to my page.
It's okay. Hey Marinus, thanks for joining. And hello, Jason. I don't know if you popped in sooner or just popped in now. Usually you say hello first and then greet everybody.
Or he says, I love you.
I love you. Yes, I love you. All right, Wolf Twin. So that looks like that's a double pack of the.
Yeah. 2.
Although, go ahead.
No. I was just reading 2 books. That's it.
I was just when it starts getting this, it's almost kind of confusing. Like she's showing you that it's black and white inside, but it almost looks like you're getting 3 books because you have
True.
2 covers and then you're showing an open book.
Yeah.
But it does say Wolf twins, it does have it in the description. Just being nitpicky, I guess. The double howl. There's the catch-up tier right there. You get book 1 and you get book 2, and just the books. So that's actually not bad, because if it's $25 with the first book or $25 with the second book,
Right.
you'd be looking at $50 and you're paying $45 here. So Marina says he backed bonds yesterday. He agrees that some things are a bit steep, but Nerium and Red are good people, and I want to support them. I do agree. I like Red and Nerium.
And it's a large book, right?
77 pages.
77? Yeah.
Yeah. For just the first one. Exiled was 22, but that's separate. Exiled's only available in some of the tiers, like right there. The ETA Warrior Full. I think that's the first time we see the Exiled book, right? But the Exiled book comes with the second book, the supplemental book that Red is doing, and the 2 prints. Now, I want book 1, I want book 2, and I want the Exiled book. I don't want no prints. And if I was to click on that, there's no add-ons.
Okay.
Because I was looking at backing earlier.
So here we go. This has got to be... Is this everything you want? No.
The Curse book. So it has book 2, the extra, prints, and a sketch card. So no, it doesn't have book 1. And I wouldn't mind a sketch card, but I did get some Nerium art in last auction for the underground art auction, and so I'm not quite so clamoring to get a sketch card, especially when I need to watch my budget lately. But
well, I'm confused. What's the name of book 1 then? The Cursed Child is book 2. What's the name of book 1?
Bonds.
It was way up here, wasn't it?
No, it is something. What is it? Go down one. Click on that. It might tell you. No, the Lone Wolf, Old Wolf. Yeah. The Drive.
Okay. It was getting confusing looking at all these. I'm like, wait. Okay. But I'm not familiar with the first book, so that explains why I'm a little
Marina
confused.
says he's got the ETA Warrior full with the extra book.
That is up there.
That's Zeta. So that has book 2, the extra book, the prints, and a sketch card. Wait a second. Oh, that's the... Wait a second. What's the difference between that one and the one before?
I don't know.
A different sketch card?
Exiled sketch card. Bonds sketch card.
Oh, okay. She must have already pre-did the sketch
One's
cards.
$10 more, though?
Maybe she pre-did the sketch cards and you're buying the particular image.
Yeah, there's a $10 difference in the sketch card.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I'm wondering if it's a more detailed sketch card,
Could
because
be.
you don't get to pick like a character. You know, some people have like a drop down of a character and they'll do up the sketch card. This is something she already did. Okay. But it is kind of weird that there's a $10 difference. Get Over is pointing out it's a type of sketch card.
Okay. Makes sense. And then, okay, so this one includes traditional art. Excuse me. Sepia paper, traditional art.
I'm not sure what the traditional art is, but it still doesn't have book 1 in it. So it has book 2, extra, the prints, which, like I said, I'm not a big print fan. Traditional art.
So is it looking like...
Does it show the traditional art? Go back up, because their image, I think, might have the print.
Yeah, it looks like this. Yeah, and she did have...
the 4 bigger, yes.
Traditional art, kind of, let's see, mini... Yeah, there we go. There's the sketch cards, negative sketch cards, and then the traditional art.
Right, okay. Gotcha. So she's pre-did them, and you choose which one you want to buy, provided it's still a tier available.
Yeah, she only has one. Looks probably of each.
Yeah, and we do have Kate in the chat. Thank you for joining, Kate.
Hi.
We're just going over the campaign, looking it over. That's kind of what we do here. Congratulations on how it's going. So wolf yourself. I think this she just put out on Twitter today that she just added to it. So the wolf yourself, it looks interesting to me. So the printed book of book 2, you have the extra book, the 2 mini prints. Then you get a 6x9 traditional art of you and your wolf based on your description. So I think you basically describe how you want to be drawn, and she draws you on a 6x9. That's kind of a neat thing.
And then you get all of this with it, plus a digital copy. So you get a physical and a digital copy as well of your sheet.
I wonder what kind of information would be on the sheet with stats there, Kate. Triad drawing a wolf, print of your sheet with the stats. Like, you make up like how strong someone is, their endurance, things like that.
Maybe your strength, you decide that maybe somebody has super strength, somebody has some kind of ability
How
or something.
intelligent they are. Okay, so she says basic info, like name of the human, hair color, eye color, weight, height, and rank, and the name of the wolf. So they would get to decide the name of the wolf. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
It's almost like being drawn in the book, but not drawn in the book. Although, does this ever go into the book? Would it? You know, if you're ever looking for extra characters, that'd be one way to get them. But that is kind of a nice keepsake. Yeah.
She's got it set up for 10 of these available. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so did we hit them all? She sold out of Gamma 1, 2, 3, 5.
So she only has one more of the traditional art. And then what was the Defenders? A big poster? Too bad that when
20 by 30, it was this.
Oh, okay. So too bad when the tier sells out, you can't actually click on to see what the description is that it has it.
Well, I'm sure we can add that to the IGG suggestion box. I don't know how long it'll take for them to get to it.
They won't. Although it probably doesn't matter, because if you can't buy it, what does it matter what's in it, right? But Kate points out, when a person backs this tier, I'd be messaging them about all the info they want in the sheet, like a form of a questionnaire. And they also get to Goose affiliation.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Very neat. You know, we did not watch the trailer. Did you want to give that a go?
Sure. Although, Nerium, why no add-ons? Did you do add-ons last time? Because if a person wanted to back the physical one, the only option they have is to get the tierware itself, or book 1 and book 2, right? I think there was an option.
You're saying like a catch-up tier, right? To get book 1 and book 2 together?
Right, but if you wanted like some of the other ones to add on.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, let's go with the video if you got sound.
I believe I didn't goof it, and I did check sound.
I hear it. pretty sure Red Gaze would have done that trailer, and I suppose Miriam can confirm, but I do think that Red Gaze is one of the better people I've seen do trailers. Like, if I listed 5 trailers that are my favorite, Red Gaze would be one of those 5.
Yeah, I'm a lover of trailers, and I really liked that.
Yep, I like the transitions.
Mhm.
The music
It's
went
almost
well.
three-dimensional and all of that, yeah.
Yep. All right. So Miriam did mention about the add-ons, and that was actually the Exiled was the one that I was worried about. So she said we forgot, but we'll be adding some add-ons to Exiled and maybe some mini prints. Yeah, because I did get the digital book 1, but I want to get the physical book 1 this time with the physical book 2, and I want Exiled. I want all the books. Sorry, but I'm not a print person. So give me the books, Miriam. Give me the books. All right. Any other questions, comments? We do have Atherline pointing out, sort of started like one of those YouTube music videos for like EDM. Not sure if I'm seeing that, but maybe. And then Marinus is pointing out the art is so good. Yeah, Kate has a way with her art. Yucky's here. Hello, Yucky.
Hey, Yucky.
And it looks like Miriam is on top of it now.
Aha!
So go ahead and click the 1 and 2 tier if we can find it.
Tell me when to stop. Cursed.
It was the no, keep going. Right there.
Double
Double how.
Double how. Okay.
Yeah. Take out the tip, or maybe it's no. I think it's the submit payment. Maybe you only picked the certain tiers to add it to it, because I think it would be here that you would see it. Maybe. Oh, get over it saying that. Maybe refresh it first.
Oh, yeah, that helps, doesn't it?
Well, I wouldn't have known. Maybe if you go back out to the tier and then refresh, or now refresh that. We're covering all the bases.
Gonna refresh the hell out of this thing.
You better get it.
Double how.
Yeah.
And go. Not yet, but maybe it takes a minute.
Maybe it does. But I know when they do add-ons, they pick, I think, certain tiers to add it on to, and maybe she did not pick that one. But that would be the tier that I would want the double howl and then add on the XL. But I got time, Kate. You don't need to do it today.
Unplugging and plugging it back in. No, I didn't try that one, Jason.
Oh, sorry. I just got invited to a Super Bowl party. Hey. Yay. Jason points out. Did you try unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. It is only, I think, 20%, because you're looking at 40, and it's 25%. Okay, but that is crazy.
Remember, we were looking before too, and there didn't seem to be any consistency to the tip. It would alternate. Like, we were seeing bigger tips on lower priced items, and it was switching around the last time we got curious and started looking at it.
Yeah. All right.
Sus.
I think we might be good. If you find Bonds the Cursed Child interesting, I know Snuggie was dropping the link. I don't know if I have other mods. I'll have to probably mod more people as soon as I figure out how to do that. Mo's there. If either one of you might be able to drop the link for the Cursed Child one more time. Marinus is pointing out nicer detail. Volume 1 was shipped in a big cardboard shoebox with all the goodies in it, just like Chris Fisk books, instead of a boring Gemini trailer. That what I missed out because I got digital. I was trying. How did mine come? Oh yeah, no, mine came via email. That's how mine came. No, it was a Dropbox. It's weird how different all of the digital things come from. It was a special company that did the things. I can't remember how, but anyways. Jason's pointing out that he's going to be with Matt Barr after this. If y'all want to go listen, we'll be ending relatively soon. All right, we'll look at another campaign really quickly, and I don't think we had anybody jump out saying anyone that they want in particular. So which one did we decide had the lowest funding? Lowest to goal fund.
Lowest.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Let's see. We got
However you decided.
Lightbringer is 22% of their goal with 13 backers, and then the Steins is at 15-20, 15% funded with 24 backers. What was the other one?
The
Chrome
Chrome
Dog.
Dog. Yep.
Chrome Dog is 88% funded.
Chrome Dog's doing pretty good then. All right,
41.
so Lightbringer or the Steins. Let's go. Oh Lord. I don't know. I know a little bit more Lightbringer history than the Steins. The Steins is like new.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess depends on. Do you have a preference?
I don't. Do you want me to choose? I mean, I have Lightbringer pulled up right here.
All right, we'll go with Lightbringer since you
Go
have
with that
Lightbringer
since
pulled
that's
up.
easier.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me just switch it to my other screen and we'll be in business. Click, 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 and there we go.
You are a bad influence, Mo.
Snuggie gets it. I see.
All right, so here we have Lightbringer Genesis Volume 2. Lightbringer Genesis Volume 1 came out, actually, it wasn't that long ago. So relatively decent turnaround time for Dark Gift Comics, and he is helping to produce this. I don't think he does anything on it. I don't know, he might be an editor or something. But we have Iron Liz is the writer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the artist was last time, but Dean James is actually taking over this volume, so that's pretty cool.
Dean James.
I can hear him.
Yep.
Is Dark Gift really inking it? I did not know that. I did not. This launched Friday night at supper time, which just seemed like a really odd time to launch, but I don't know what their time zone is. I think Dark Gift is East Coast, but I don't know about the rest of them. So wait, before you go,
Yeah.
there's something I need to say about that. So I have not looked beyond this part of the campaign. When I saw that it was like there's a launch stream, I kind of clicked to see, oh, how are they doing? And then I saw this, and I was, oh, I should know that. Yucky points out that Vic King did the first issue's art. So I saw
right.
this.
I forgot.
I saw this, and I'm like, look, the Dream Team is back. And then it's like Iron Liz returns to Dark Gift Comics to bring the most exciting chapter in the fate of Pharaoh City, and then welcome the ever-talented artist Dean James to the team. So
you're saying I just list team? Liz as the team, and then Dean is joining. That's how it makes it sound. Yeah.
She's back, and there's someone new, but the green team is back. I don't know. I just think it seems like a weird way to start for me.
Probably an
like maybe they're talking about Liz and Anthony being the team.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. Let's see. So James wants to point out it should be noted that Lightbringer 2 campaign was shadow banned by IGG the day before launch. So they shadow banned their sign up, or how did that work? I did hear whisperings of that. Although when I did look it up, I did find it. If you Google it, I believe it comes up fine. But if you do search, Lightbringer through Indiegogo search, you'll only find Lightbringer 1. Yeah, Jason's pointing out that Anthony's in Jersey, which I did know that Anthony was East Coast. Maybe that's what worked best for everybody, or they thought Friday was payday. Why dinner? I'm not quite so sure. I don't know. Thank you for joining, Kate, and we hope that everything goes splendid from here on out. You're doing well, met goal, all that nice stuff.
And Anthony is a bartender, so he's got some screwy hours. You never
No,
know.
that is true. That could be it. Like maybe he's like, let's launch before I have to go into work. I don't know. James also points out that Vic had to drop out of the project in order to focus on Beowar, as he should. Okay, so we're gonna go. I don't know how many people have actually if anybody backed this. Has anybody read it? I have not backed it. I have not read it. I do know some of the weird history behind it because I guess this was a comic book put out back in the day by someone who said it was going to be the greatest comic book, or I think they really, really talked it up, and then it was like really, really crappy when it came out. And it was actually Liz's boyfriend, girlfriend. I know there's some gender things there that I'm not quite privy to. And somebody might be able to correct me in the chat. I feel free to correct me because I definitely am ignorant on that fact. But then I guess so the couple worked together and then they broke up and Liz got the rights to do the comic book, and so here she was like with the volume 1, she remade it to be much, much better than the first one. So okay, Mo's pointing a little bit of details here. So he was big on YouTube comic book critic. He was a big YouTube comic book critic, releasing his first book, and it was shockingly pathetic. And yes, he was dating Liz. Okay, so I have some of the details not quite in the right order. So yeah, he was talking a big game, and then it came out not so great. James puts out, oddly, I like talking to Liz on streams, but the book's subject matter isn't for me. It is based on one of the most mocked and ridiculed comics ever made. She wanted to redeem the story. Hello to Caroline, who has joined.
Hi, Caroline. Yeah, I know there was a lot of talk of redeeming the original story when they did Lightbringer 1. They went into detail. We had them on our show, and that was the first I learned about it. And yeah, we kind of got a little tiny bit of the backstory. But I don't know how they funded. How far over funding did they go? Did they do pretty good in the first one? Do you remember?
I don't think they didn't do loads of stuff. Like
Okay.
They probably just made goal. I'm not sure how that worked. I can't find it though. Hang on. You search Lightbringer, a bunch of stuff comes up. Maybe I should do Lightbringer into
Yeah,
Google.
I tried. Yeah, I had to search the comic category because oddly enough, tens of thousands of things come up when you type in Lightbringer.
I need a record historian there. Get over it for my show. Okay, Lightbringer Genesis Volume 1 on Indiegogo. Let's see, they had 138 backers for $6,798.
It's not bad.
So, yeah, no, that's actually better than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
So they did fulfill. I know they fulfilled. Like I said, I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything in regards to someone reading it and liking it, and sorry, getting distracted. I'm not so good at multitasking when I'm on stream. So there's my little smart thingy.
That's why I like having you with me, because I always say you always pull me from the abyss back on track.
Yeah, but then I easily get sidetracked.
But I'm not a good one. It's not good when the roles are reversed. I'm just sitting here like, what? What are you missing?
So, actually, I don't even remember where I was going with that.
Hey, Dean. So we weren't sure if anybody had actually read it and actually had the opinion that the story was redeemed.
Right. Oh, get over there. Get over it. After I looked, well, actually, probably did it right as I was looking up because he's quick like that, and I just didn't see it because I was in a different screen.
Oh, I thought you were reading it in the chat. I'm sorry. I would have stopped you.
Oh, nope. Didn't see it.
See, here I am.
Till just now. So, welcome to Dean, who has joined us. Or I should say Dean. So we are saying how you are the new artist on the book, Dean. We did go over that. We did say how I thought that the opening started kind of funny. We pretty much just started getting into this, Dean, because it's like the dream team is back, but it talks about Liz, and then it's like you're being introduced. So it's like, wait a second, if you're being new, who's returning, and the dream team, and and such. It's kind of I'm not sure who they're referring to as a dream team, and that intro is kind of interesting. But all right, so I did see. Now you said you had them on, or you had Anthony on, right?
We
Or
did,
you
yeah,
had
like a
Liz too.
year ago. Yes, we had them both on.
Okay,
And Vic, yeah.
All right. I remember seeing something somewhere, and I'm not even sure what stream I was watching, where it showed some art from the very first Lightbringer. So it wasn't Vic's art. It wasn't. I'm not even sure who did the first art. It might have even been the guy that was tooting his own horn or something like that. And it was really like I could probably draw that, and I'm not an artist. Like it was pretty. It was a bit on the pathetic end. Um. Dean points out that they were meant to write Dean Team. There you go.
Typo.
So you could definitely see that there was an upgrade from what was before Volume 1 to Volume 1. As I said, I haven't gone through the campaign. I'm assuming there's some James Dean art somewhere in there, so we'll get to that. But Into the Light. So continuing the story of Carter Graham and Hannah Meeks in their war against evil and corrupt Valkyrie Mart for the fate and soul of Ferris City, we bring you Lightbringer Genesis Volume 2, now bestowed with the powers of the Lightbringer after being killed and resurrected by the henchmen of the General Manager. Getting confused, but maybe it's just me. Carter and Hannah will come to discover just how evil the players of the corrupt box store conglomerate really are. Lightbringer Genesis Volume 2 takes a twist here and a turn there, amping up the stakes of its predecessor. Volume 2 is a 32-page black and white graphic novel brought to you by author Elizabeth Iron Liz Skokill, art by the amazing Dean James, and published by Dark Gift Comics. So I'd have to read the description like a couple times to have it sink in, and I'm not sure if it's because I'm just reading it to read it out loud and not fully gathering it. But like I said, I didn't fully grasp what was being said in that paragraph.
The resurrected by the henchmen of the general manager.
Yeah. Like I have
kind
to
of
picture
pause,
what
like,
they're talking. Yeah. I'm like, wait, what? Okay. So the cast, the returning cast. Is that your art, Dean? Carter Graham, Hannah Meeks. So it's all the people.
4 out of 20 completed pages. Now that's a nice page.
The book is already wait 20 hang on, go back up to where you read that. No, that's okay. So these are just 4 of the 20 completed pages. The book is already 2/3 complete. It's a 24-page book, right? So that means they still have 4 uncompleted pages?
32 page.
Oh, so even less.
So yeah.
All right, that math is not adding up.
Completed pages. No, it's not. That's confusing.
Okay.
Maybe Dean can set us straight. I don't know.
Yeah.
So he said, no, that's not his art. That wasn't his art. This is
okay,
Vic's.
And that's what I was thinking, is it was Vic's. And it would make sense, too, because if it's the returning characters, you got the cutout of the old characters, old art. Right. Okay.
And this, I
Gilbert was pointing out that the author was Louis Lovehog. Okay. And Jason points out that it's the awesome Shri view. I do like that background view. That is pretty cool. And a grotesque looking man. Is that the general manager?
I don't think so. The general manager looked...
Yeah, but that's also Vic's art.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Is that a mustache? I can't... There's something on his upper lip and I can't...
Is he licking his lip?
Yeah, I don't know. It could be either way. I'd have to zoom in on it and figure it out. So he's let himself go, if that's the general manager. Times have been tough since the last one.
That's true. He does look
this
pretty
looks
creepy.
More like the general manager.
And Kate is saying that it's creepy face. Great job. So yeah, someone did mention that Anthony was inking. I was kind of surprised here. I did not know that until someone just mentioned it now. So those are my pencils with Anthony inking. He's wearing a tie. I'm thinking that is the general manager.
He's got a mustache. I don't know.
Oh wait, there's 2 different people though. Wait, go back.
Go back up?
No, right there.
Okay.
What's going on there? One side of the desk and then the other? Is the guy handcuffed? Because you get 2 different haircuts there. Must be
Maybe
from
once
one side of the
dialogue
desk
gets
and
put
the other.
in, be a little bit different.
Yeah. That's kind of a weird layout. But okay, keep going.
Because maybe he's being questioned.
That's what I'm wondering. You got to put a little bit more in context. But yeah, I think there's handcuffs there. So he's probably handcuffed on one side of the desk. You got the cop with the holsters in the middle with the more clean cut. Okay, I think I'm getting it now.
He's about to feel the wrath.
I was thinking it was the same guy at first, but then I was like, no, wait, those are 2 different haircuts. Okay, cover A. Now I think Vic is
That
still
looks
doing
like
a
Vic's.
cover.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably it. I'm not a fan of teen covers, and I'm not super fan of this one either.
Oh, there you go. Art by Vic King, colors by Barbusco Studios.
Cover B.
Cover B. That looks like Vic's art again, I think.
Maybe he's doing both
Vic.
of them.
Okay.
Kind of a weird outfit for the guy in the front, but I think I'd prefer cover B to cover A.
Yeah, I like this up here. The skull.
That is a bit odd, Dean. You need to rectify that. So oddly enough, there will be no Dean James cover on this book. Usually there's at least one interior artist cover.
Whoa. What's this?
Well, Biggs points
Everyone
out
gets
the
trading
phone.
card number 4. That's the trading card. That's some hair, man.
Death. Yeah, I'm not liking it. That trading card's whacked. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's not just their crazy hair. If that's Vic King's art, and Vic, if you're watching, I apologize. I don't think it's your best. But I'm not sure if it's just his lines or if it's the colors. I don't think it's a good representation of I want to say good art, but art is subjective. So I don't think it's a good selling point, I guess, to me, because this is not screaming buy me with that image.
And it's just a trading card. Bad hair day. Yeah.
I guess I'm nicely trying to say that the art is bad on
It's
that
not
card.
For you.
It's not for me.
Okay, so this looks an original trading card.
All right, so wait, there's the black and white.
Does this look different? Yeah, this looks different.
Is it the same thing, or is it? Then maybe it's the colors, because this is not as bad as the other one.
Right.
And I thought if Barbusco Studios did the coloring, they're pretty professional. I've seen them do good work. Okay, so James is pointing out that the card is Dark Gifts art.
Okay.
So did he color it too? And maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just don't like the coloring job. All right, wait. That's
Sorry, this is a blacklight tapestry.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a second. That's the same image above, but there's different colors. But that's because it's a tapestry. Of course, it's a dark gift campaign with a dark gift campaign without tapestries.
Heck yeah. His whole little studio there is blacklight.
Yeah.
A Malga hat. Make Lightbringer great again.
That's pretty funny. And that makes even more sense with the pre-Lightbringer Volume 1 art. You know what I mean? That's pretty funny if you're a fan of the IP. Yep.
Okay, so there's a review of Volume 1 by someone.
I don't know who Faccio is, but let's see what they have to say. Of course, it's going to be nice because it's on the campaign, right? Lightbringer Genesis. Proof that you don't need to have pinup artists to make a good story. A reimagining of the Derrided webcomic by Louis Linkara Lohog, written by RPG enthusiast Iron Liz Gohill, and art by Vic King. This version hits readers with an intense confrontations with the evil of gentrification. Lots of big words being thrown around. When a mom and pop furniture store owner is targeted by the local dominating supermarket, he does everything he can to help people hold on to hope. Carter Graham is very much presented as a multi-layered character to root for. His he's charitable to help people going through hard times. Determined to see his beliefs through, he doesn't have a lot of faith in something better. Doesn't have a lot of faith in something. Okay. Becoming a superhero gives him the means to help pull himself through, but the first volume leaves the reader wanting for more. Besides the side characters like Hannah and the other people of the setting look ready to expand outwards. The font there is kind of
I'm
weird.
thinking maybe English might not be Faccio's first language, maybe.
Not necessarily. I don't maybe, but I'm not. I think he's just.
Besides the psychic and the other people of this ready to expand outwards. Yeah, I don't know. But it's a
I
good
don't know.
review, I guess,
It does
nonetheless.
no. It doesn't say if he likes it or not. It's just talking about the last book, like a synopsis, and just that readers want to see more. But okay. But I wouldn't really expect someone to put a bad campaign review on their second
Sure,
campaign.
yeah.
So
that would just be
that's kind
insane.
of weird.
I'd leave it off too if it was bad. I don't blame you.
Dave is here. Hello, Dave. And I think this comment's to you.
Making strong assumptions. I'm sorry. Just a guess. I didn't say I was right.
Thank you, Snuggie, for dropping the links if you guys want to check it out and back it. They could definitely use some
Yeah.
love. Oh, and I missed this. Good night, Kate. Thanks
good
for
night.
joining.
Nice. And it looks like there's a little bio about Iron Liz if you want to know more.
Hang on one sec. So before you scroll,
Gotcha.
Fanta's pointing out that Vic's cover was colored by it's Babushka Studios, and yes, I think his Beowulf cover was. So I've seen better work from Babushka, but I'm still not sure if Babushka did color that card. But all right, so this is a YouTube video. Meet Iron Liz. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about embedding other videos into the campaign?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm indifferent. I could take them or leave them. It doesn't bother me that it's in there. I mean, I have a choice to click on it or not. I probably wouldn't read a bio about someone unless maybe I was fairly familiar.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know, if Dean was to put up a bio, like I know Dean and I would be like, oh, cool, I wonder what he did. But then I don't know if it's for me.
But if you're here, you might know something about Liz, so you'd want to know it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I'd be
Right.
more apt to click on it if it was more to do with the history of Lightbringer than to do with, who is Liz.
And I think I've seen this video before, and I believe it's Liz just sort of sitting in front of the camera talking about like giving her background and the original idea for the story and where they went with Lightbringer. If this is the same video, I'm pretty sure it probably is.
Mo was asking if we could send Dream Team Dean the link and have him do a live dramatic reading of the Faccio review.
That would be lovely.
You do know that Australians do speak English, so we're thinking that Faccio might not have English as his first language, although I don't know about that. There's a lot of big words mixed in there to make them sound smarter, I think.
I mean,
or maybe it's
he could have just been zipping off something on his phone or something, and they saw it and they were like, ooh, we're grabbing that. And he didn't know it was going to be on the campaign. Like, oh my gosh, I would have checked my spelling and my grammar first.
Well, I don't know if it was spelling grammar though.
It just seemed run-on-ish.
Yeah, no, you're probably right that. Dean is pointing out that Australians barely speak English. Let's be honest. All right, so hi, thanks for taking. Wait, what's above this? We've been going about a bunch of different subjects.
Above
this
the
is definitely
bio
taking.
was the review,
keep going. The review,
and then about
okay.
the offer.
Nope, keep going up. What do we know about the book so far?
Keep going up, you said?
Yeah. Showing everything we got. Okay, so but it did have a blurb about what it was about and the return, right? Was that the only thing they had written so far? Yeah. Okay, go back down. Just wondering about the order and the importance that they have. But the important thing is up top, so I guess that works. Okay.
Gotcha.
So, Hi, thanks for taking the time to give Lightbringer Genesis consideration for your support. Even if you decide to not back the project, please consider spreading the word to others so we can make this comic happen. But I suppose introductions are in order. First up, writer Iron Liz Scohill. You might remember her from her online tabletop RPG review show, The Pen and Paper Corner, on Channel Awesome, as a side character on Lewis Lohog's comic review show atop the. I'm all right. I'm done reading that. There's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd rather watch the video. Okay, scroll down. We're going to read about Dean next. Let's see. About the artist, Dean James. Buns.
Oh yeah, there's pronouns. Up here, Liz had, I think it was Harpy. Harpy self.
Wait, why is Liz bold? Dean, you don't get your own bold?
He's new to the team. He's got to earn his boldness.
Tell them that you're facing injustice. All right. So, why buns there, Dean? Do you think you have a nice bum? All right. Is a longtime staple and supporter of the community known as Comicsgate. His contributions to campaigns as well as campaigns of his own makes Dean one of the hardest working artists, not only in CG, but in comics in general. Blowing onto the scene with his runaway hit, The Embrace, with writer Michael Ogden. Dean's art and style are not only recognizable, but widely sought after. Helming from Australia, he also is a co-host for YouTube channel Comics Mate with fellow Aussie Kimo Sabi. Well, this is interesting. So Dean says this is the first time he's seeing this. But he does have a nice bum, but that's besides the point. And Mo is, he believes it's pronounced as Lewis Love Hog. Okay. All right.
I don't know if I would believe Mo.
I like that he used Ogden though. All right. So I wonder, do you think, I really want, do you think he thinks it's Ogden, or do you think he intentionally put Ogden?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Maybe. Does he go by Mike too?
You know what? No. He's always used Michael.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's bait to see who's reading the
Michael.
campaign.
All right. Yeah. The campaign page started reminding of Meg's propaganda trailer. So about the publisher. So yeah, we need an. How many other campaigns do you know puts the publisher information in there?
Not many that I've seen.
Sorry, DG, you're not that important, but we'll read about you. All right. Screen name, turn publisher, Anthony Romano. Weeds, self. Okay. Has been a longtime supporter and promoter of Comicsgate and indie comics in general. Considered a super backer by purchasing and supporting many campaigns. He took the leap from fan to creator with his contribution to Wart the Wizard in the form of the Ashcan Sunday Follies. He then released an art book on Lulu.com to diving in with his first campaign, Hunting Alice, branching out to now publishing books for others, the first of which was Lightbringer Genesis Volume 1. He has since picked up Doc Playlock's Pariah Blood of Mud, and now in Synops, and diving back into the Lightbringer universe. To say the dream of his adolescence is coming to fruition is beyond an understatement. So glad we knew that. No, really. It is interesting enough, but I don't know that I would add it to campaign. What we need and what you get. They need money. Let's.
It's all Dean's fault. Requires the funds to pay the artist Dean James in the first 2 sentences. Boom, Dean. Are you expensive?
I'm surprised DG didn't include his link to his Tinder. If this is correct, it was OnlyFans. James point out that the Tinder profile is in the special backer tier. All right, so hang on. This is little, so I'm trying to read this. All right, so at least on my computer screen, I'm like holding it 6 inches away from my face. What we need and what you get. But the project needs your help in order to be fully realized. While Liz has completed a 32-page script. She requires the fund to pay the artist Dean James to complete all the required artwork of the remaining portion of the book. 10 pages have been paid for and completed. And for Dark Gift Comics to help her manage and distribute the finished comic. Your support of a single dollar all the way up to our highest tier of Searing Light of Justice 2 will give us the resources and the audience we need to make they spelled it wrong, Lightbringer 2 shine with the renewed vigor of its predecessor. And who knows, if this project is successful and we continue to develop the audience for it, this comic just might be the beginning for a brand new Lightbringer series and expand its universe with its characters. But we can't get there first without your help. So please consider backing the campaign, and thanks again for your time and consideration. So let's bring this project out of the darkness and into the light. I feel like the In the Arms of a Stranger need to be playing in that background. this it makes it
You
sound
mean in the
really
arms of
needy.
the angel?
The arms of the
I was like, in the
really
arms of a stranger. What
really
version are you listening to?
the really sad puppy dog and kitty.
Well, if he's putting his Tinder link up there, in the arms of a stranger would be appropriate.
Hello, Hen. Thanks for joining.
I'll never listen to that song the same way again.
Wait, isn't there a rock in the arms of a stranger? Arms.
I don't know.
The guy has like a grittier voice singing it. I'm gonna have to look it up later.
Whitesnake?
It's not, yeah, Whitesnake. That's not the song I was thinking of. The Arms of an Angel is the song I was thinking of, but I don't know why I said Arms of a Stranger.
Tinder on the brain, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pull that one up, Mo. So yeah, I don't know. They seem really desperate right there. I don't know that I'd be, and it seems really weird that they put like how many pages they've paid for. Like, I think it's nice to include how many pages are completed, but like, oh, we've only paid for.
Yeah, I had a
pages.
feeling you were gonna hone in on that comic because I was like, oh, that's like in your TMI category.
Yeah.
That, and I think if I'm thinking right, a lot of it, like the publisher and the Liz paragraphs about the author and all of that, I think it either sounds very similar or it's exactly the same as what they had on the first. So it just seemed like they kind of pulled over what they had done for their bios.
Mo is right. It is Lips of an Angel. That's Hinder, I think, that sings that. That is the song that I was thinking was The Stranger in. But apparently I'm wrong all around. Just forgetting the angel part. All right. So other ways you can help. Some people just can't contribute, but that doesn't matter. Or that doesn't mean that you can't help. Please share this campaign across social media. I think it is kind of nice that they acknowledge, hey, maybe you can't back it, but help spread the word. I do like that. All right, so let's go up to tiers unless there's more, because it's just the Indiegogo thing lower, right? There's no more to the campaign.
Right, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, there's only 2 tiers? No. Oh yeah, because that little scroll bar that they've added.
I know, it drives me nuts, and if you're not right on it,
yeah.
Start scrolling the main pages. Okay, so we got first tier.
The Searing Light of Justice 2. Wait. Featured at 110. Wouldn't be my suggestion, but okay. What do you get for $110?
A lot. Tapestry, the hat, yeah. Cover A, cover B poster. Trading card 4. 2 sketch cards AR. I don't know what
trading card is. It 4 trading cards, or is it a certain trading card you get? Probably 4 trading cards, right?
That's
and there's 2 sketch
confusing.
cards.
Okay.
What's the AR?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can we scroll back up to what it showed for the art? Does that answer anything? So there's the hat. There's the backlight. Is that the post? No, that's the.
Oh, okay, so this is trading card number 4.
So that must be the number 4.
I don't know why it's number 4.
Okay. But... Oh, and look, it says right there, art by Anthony Romano. Okay.
Oh, that's AR. Silly.
Oh, that goes. Yeah, that makes sense. What
Anthony
AR is.
Romano. I was like, oh, okay, I got it. Just took us a minute. I'm gonna check shipping on
that. Silly thing is it's written out right above. I didn't read it either. So, Cover B,
It
2
probably
sketch
wasn't
cards by Anthony
necessary.
Ramato, and trading card number 4. But I don't know. I don't think I ever really read the written out part. I like looking at the bullets right there. That's exactly what you
I do
see.
too.
All right. So go ahead and let's see what the see what the shipping is, and I will pull up Mo because he has a point there. So he is saying that this campaign page does have some of the unique charm of the Crom campaign. It does, but Anthony helped set up that. Well, after the fact, he helped correct the campaign. So he worked on both campaigns. Crazy Mad, and I did see Pale Rider join us. So hey, PR. So Jason is wondering, does anyone know what the grocery store did that was so wrong? I think it's a big box store, so it's, you know, the big corporate company versus the little mom and pops. I think that's where they went wrong if I understood the description enough. All right, so what do we got for shipping?
17.
Wow. Oh, but that's 110 cheer. I'm like, for a book? I forgot that we don't start low. We start with the $110 tier. Australia's 40. Hopefully they comp you your copy there, Dean.
It's 35.
Okay.
UK is 40.
Mo believes that in the original book, he thinks there was sex trafficking going on. All right, so what else do we got for tiers besides the big one?
Digital for 6.
Digital for 6. That's not bad. So the first book's only $12.
Yeah.
And it's 32 pages?
32 pages with a trading card.
I wonder.
They're sending in Gemini mailers. They did put that. Sent in a Gemini
That's
mailer.
good. You don't have to pay extra for the Gemini mailer. We went over that earlier, Pale Rider. That's the first campaign we went over. So I paused on this because $12 is a really good price, but seeing it at that price makes me wonder what kind of quality the book is. Like, it makes me think that they might have some thin paper, potentially newsprint, and it makes me even more curious how issue 1 came out. You know what I mean? Like, because I didn't back issue 1, I don't know what I'm expecting, and then this makes me question what I'm expecting even more. So.
$30 Australia. And $30 UK. Canada 20.
I wonder how many international backers they have, because I think there's not necessarily an issue, but I would have a tough time paying more for shipping than I would for a book, and it definitely wouldn't be for the first time that I'm backing a book. Like Ed Gein, I did pay more for shipping than the book for Ed Gein 2, but that was because I had Ed Gein 1. And I know the quality of the book, I know the quality of the story, and I was willing to pay the total price for that book.
Where did that one ship from?
The UK. And it wasn't a very expensive book. I think I actually got issue number 1 for, what was it, $15, $16, including shipping. Like the US, $15, $16 that included the shipping. So I'm like, okay, I'm definitely jumping on that. And I think he did that to get people enticed with the first one, because he did drastically raise shipping prices the second time. But that's probably more because it reflected the actual versus what the first one did. But I didn't hesitate very much to back it at most. But this, not knowing much in regards to the quality that I'd be getting of either the story or anything else, I would definitely hesitate to that.
Well, if they're active too, I mean, you can always ask, right, in the discussions.
That is true. If you had questions like that, you could ask. Yep. So Crazy Matt is pointing out with Dean Pencils, Australia will probably have some Aussie backers. Yeah, and they're gonna get shipped to
Mhm.
Dean and
Yeah.
distributed by Dean, and
Get
hopefully
in the
have
car, Dean.
a
Start
break.
driving.
Yeah. All right, so cover B is the same price.
Hmm.
You can get a trading card set for $18. So you get 4 cards divided by 18 is not equal. Well, what, 450 per card?
Yeah.
Okay. Blacklight poster. Or not poster, tapestry, sorry. I should correct myself.
20
There is a
bucks.
difference.
It's not bad for a tapestry.
No. It did say the dimensions of it somewhere, right? Because it's a decent
It
sized
did.
tapestry.
It's large, and it probably says here 24 by 36.
Yeah, it's a good sized tapestry.
Both covers at a discount.
Yeah.
The hats are more than the tapestry.
Probably production costs
Mm-hmm.
a bit more expensive.
That printing cost.
So you have the catch up tier, 1 and 2. It's $32. Wait a second. How much was the first book? Are they upping their price because you didn't jump on the first campaign? So it looks like just the book. Can I scroll?
You scroll on mine?
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm
I'm
on
like,
the other
no.
page. No.
If you can, you tell me how you did it.
Okay, so the first campaign had the books at $20.
Okay. They're only 12.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
No. So I'm looking at. Hang on. Let me see if I can share my screen. Wait,
I might
where'd
have to
StreamYard go?
stop sharing. Let me stop sharing.
Yeah. Although, make sure everything is pretty kosher here. I think everything's
Yeah.
kosher on my end. So we're sharing screen. Share. All right, you can see my screen, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Indiegogo. This is the Lightbringer Volume 1. Look right here. Sample pages. These are just 4 out of the 20
See?
completed
Yeah.
pages. This book is already 2/3 complete.
Wow, I knew it was similar. I didn't realize that was the same.
Deja vu, anyone?
Yeah.
Maybe he's using a template for the campaign and he hasn't updated the words.
Could be. It was like the first one was good. Just change a couple things and
Wow, crazy similar how far along you guys are. Um, so Hen is pointing out that she's put it out there before, but if anybody wants a UK distributor, she'd be happy to do it if it helps.
Nice.
Fanta is saying glitch in the matrix. All right, we're putting you back in. Okay. So the first book was $20. So if we're doing $20 and then a $12 second version, although I didn't see how many pages, that would make sense. There's no
Oh
discount
yeah.
there. So let's see. 32 pages. So that's the same. The first book's 32 pages, second book's 32 pages.
Huh.
Kind of weird how they dropped it by $8 though, if it's the same number of pages.
The digital was cheaper. Is cheaper now too. The digital is $6 now, and I think it was 10.
Maybe
On that
they
page.
thought they charged too much the first time, and they're hoping to
Maybe.
entice more people with a cheaper price.
Yeah, maybe they should have mentioned that too.
I don't know. That is kind
Well,
of
I don't know.
interesting.
Might not be something you want to mention.
All right. What else do we got besides
Okay,
catch up here?
so we have Anthony Figaro sketch cards, which you get cover A, the trading card number 4, and 2 of Anthony Figaro sketch cards, which you can't really see
2
and are
sketch
not featured on the
cards.
page.
No, which is a bummer.
Although that skull image, I think I've seen before. That looks like familiar.
That's his
Anthony Figaro's like signature from his book, right?
his book cover. Oh crap! What is the?
I know. We have it, and I can't think of it. I can't think of it.
I know someone's gonna come up with it in the thing. I know
Mhm.
it's the.
It's a cool cover.
I'm sorry, Crazy Mad. I'm trying.
I hate this.
But yeah, you're right. It is. It does. Now that you say that, although I'm looking at it really small, it does look like it's the cover to his IP, which God's Hand. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
it
almost
looks like
said
that.
gods, and I'm like, no, it's a skull. Is it God something? Yeah.
And then there's
Ooh.
so it's kind of weird that he's unless it's a placeholder. Like, why would he be doing a sketch art for God's Hand under Lightbringer unless he's trying to do some cross promotion to his own?
Could be. Or, yeah, like you said, just a placeholder, perhaps. Let's see. A set of sketch arts by Anthony featuring one Lightbringer character and one of his own characters. I need to read these more. It says right there. We're questioning it, and it says it right there. One of his characters and one of their characters.
Okay, so I guess they're trying to do some like cross promoting of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but again, I don't know. If we read, I suppose.
It looks like maybe Doc is doing the same.
It'll probably be one of his
Featuring
characters.
one light, yep, and one of his.
Yeah. So I wonder if that means that Anthony will be will be publishing with Dark Gift in the future because Doc is, although probably not because I think Anthony. I don't know what God Hand's published under, but I know the Justice City was what Wolfpack Comics.
Justice City Chronicles.
Yeah, Justice City Chronicles, Wolfpack Comics, and I don't know if God Hands was or not, but I think they're together
I
on it.
feel like it was.
Bad influence, Mo. Bad influence. Though Mo does point out that Get Over It makes a good point. The success of this book is in God's hands at this point.
Our discussion, not the book. What did we do wrong?
I know we're being bad. We're being horrible. All right. Original art trading card number 4. So the original art, which is Anthony. The original art for that card.
And you got
And a page.
this is Dean original art. And then you get art with the book for $300.
The original cover art, or cover A art with the book. All right, so cover A is going to be Vic. So you can get a cover of Vic King's cover with the book for $300, and you can get a Dean James page with the book for the what 125 did it say? No, wait, how much was the page? Go up just a little bit.
The
250. Oh wow,
yeah.
where was I getting the 125? I was undervaluing Dean's art. Sorry.
And that's it. That does it for the tiers.
What? Crazy? Dang. Although maybe I get it now. A little late on that pickup. You weirdo. All right, so that's it for the page. Anybody else have comments, questions? Lightbringer, like I said, just launched this Friday. I think it's going for a full. Is he doing 30 and 30 or full 60 or what's he showing?
I haven't heard. Let's see.
All right, so we did start at 30. I do know that some people seem to be going like 60 straight, so I'm not sure why they're doing it. So he's at least doing 30. My guess he'll do something after the 30. Oh, we didn't watch the trailer. You want to watch the trailer before we close it up?
Sure, why not? What could it hurt? So there you go.
All right, so I do have a gripe with that. Like, it wasn't a bad trailer, but the yellow wording that he put, or I'm not sure, I'm assuming Dark Gift did it, whoever
Mhm.
did the trailer with, it was hard to make out what it was. Like, it had a black outline, but it was like around the whole thing. So when it had like some of the little finer details of the A on like the
Mhm.
inside of it, it didn't pop as well as it could have, and I found that
I know
a
Good
little
Stuff and I
weird.
go through that a lot with whenever we're doing titles or text over pictures a lot. Sometimes it takes some fiddling. You can't just slap up kind of we tend to like I'll think I know what works and then you have to keep going and keep going and keep tweaking it until it looks right. But yeah, I see that a lot.
All right, folks. So hang on. We'll go through what we missed. If there was anything,
The trailer wasn't bad though. I mean, I think it was the music was a little calm, I think, to describe an adventure. But I
that
liked
is true.
the
No,
the
that is true.
Lightbringer effects, like kind of with the sparklies. I thought that was cool.
Yep. Yeah. I liked the music, but you're right. Come to think of it, it's not. It reminds me of more fantasy than like you're gonna have a climax of people fighting somewhere sometime.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah. Or
Yep.
maybe start out slow and like kind of put something a little snappy in the middle.
Mo has a question. On a scale of 1 to Crom, how would you rate the execution of this campaign page, not the book itself?
Scale of 1 to Crom.
I think you're using Crom as the good part there, Mo. I think this is better than Crom. It's not as much stuff going on. It's definitely more like there is some stuff in there that I would cut out because I don't think it's needed, but it didn't have as much as Crom did. Crom had way information item overload.
Mhm.
This is definitely a little bit more streamlined and what you would expect.
And even though like there is the wordy stuff about the bios and all that, they did put that down at the back. Like I know you tend to like to read what the story is about first and then go into all that way later. So they did put it at the end. So
Yeah,
points for that.
that is true. Yeah, yeah. Although that does make me think that, even though they listed Anthony DG on third, maybe he is part of the dream team that is back. Him and Liz are the dream team. They
Anthony
are
got the
back.
shaft. It's arms
Yeah.
of a stranger, hen. Arms of a stranger.
Mo says I just gave the Dark Gift the ultimate pull quote to put on his page. Better than Crom. Fanta says it needs more cowbells.
It always needs more cowbell.
All right. I'm not sure why Mo is swearing. Maybe at my comparison. But anyways, guys, we've been going for what, an hour and 40 minutes. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for joining. I was hoping to keep it on the short side. I do have some stuff around here that I need to do, and I'm not sure what my evening plans will be. Um. So, we leave you. What are you guys doing this week?
Tuesday, we are going to be on T-Bunny and Belmont, Justin Belmont's Cannabis and Conspiracies show, because we went to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and visited the Mothman area. So we, taped some stuff while we were there, and we put together a couple of videos and stuff. So we'll be on there on Tuesday. And then yesterday, we just had our 60s episode. So in 2 weeks from yesterday, we're going to do 70s.
Yeah, and rewatch the
So,
60s if you guys are a fan of the 60s. I know I caught the tail end of that with you guys.
oh, that was fun. We had Rex, Shadowhawk, and Robert Shepard at first, and Shadowhawk fell off. He does have connectivity problem. We were like, he'll be back, but then I guess he was having really bad connectivity problems. So it was just Shep and Rex, and Shep was picking on Rex, and Rex was picking on Shep. It was kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah. All
Nothing
right.
spicy, but it was fun. Good time.
And say I think for the coming week, it's just the plans for this. I think next week I'll let you know if that changes.
Yep. We'll be
Next
here.
week is the hiatus for the chat, so we won't be going next Saturday night. So we
Damn, it's
will.
too bad we're not streaming. You would have been able to make the show.
I know, right? You're on the wrong thing. That's what I
I
told you.
know.
But anyways, so see you later. Have a good day, and I'm not even touching that crazy mad. Thank you all for joining. Bye bye.
Bye.